The standing double arm kettlebell overhead press is going to have some minor nuances compared to the dumbbell, and we're going to see why. First thing we're going to talk about is how you're gripping that kettlebell, because if you get that in a bad position, it's going to hurt that wrist, you're not going to feel strong, your shoulder's going to be very unstable. So I'm going to bring it up here to show you. When you grip the bell, you have a couple different positions in which you can put your hand. Now you can play with this, and with time you'll find where it's optimal for you. However, most people, when you're pressing the bell, are going to feel more comfortable if you place your hand more towards the pinky side, right? That would have been the thumb side. I'm driving it over to the pinky side. From there, I'm going to make sure I get a strong grip and my wrist is straight. So my wrist is not cocked back, and I am not letting the bell just sit into my hand. I am both diving in, gripping that handle, and making sure that foundation is there. If you get those pieces, then that bell sitting on your forearm really doesn't bother you. Okay? I'm going to demonstrate with one. The bottom of this position, my belly is braced, and I'm working on developing that tension in the lats in the back. So when I pull them in, you might see that hand get slightly lower than you do with the dumbbell, but again, that's not required. And even though the bell is positioned differently, my hand is still set to about shoulder height. Okay? From here, as I press, you're going to naturally see a little bit more of a J curve going on. So my hand is facing inward, and when I press, it's going to finish facing forward. As I bring it back in, I'm going to pull, feeling that lat nice and tight, and my palm turned back to me. You'll see that the kettlebell was controlled the whole time. If I go too fast or whip my wrist around, that kettlebell is going to exponentially increase whatever technical flaw I had there. So it's got to stay smooth. You got to stay gripping that kettlebell through the whole motion. Seeing it with both, I'm going to come over and do a small kettlebell clean to get myself into position. I'm going to have my pinkies set towards their side. Bring them to the top. My wrists are both straight, my forearms are mostly vertical. Belly is braced, and I'm driving. Boom, slightly out, palms facing forward. Pull. Back to you. Okay. A little more range of motion. This should feel really good if you have it in a good position. If it hurts that wrist, don't fight through it. Practice getting a better grip, and then increase from there.